Okay, that should be good. Alright. Just checking if I look good on camera or not. I'm usually the one behind the camera and not necessarily in front of the camera. And I don't think that I'm the most photogenic of people. I guess I'll start off from the top. My name is Adelin Gasana. I'm the director, writer, producer, editor, camera operator, logger, wearing all different types of hats for this documentary film entitled Cuban America. I won't go too much into what the film is about. I think the film speaks for itself. So, as an artist, I like to leave it in that aspect. I'd like to thank Michelle and the rest of HSA, Hispanic Student Association, for hosting this event. Thank you guys for not canceling. I sincerely apologize for not being there, which was a kind of a last minute deal. I was good to go up until mid-February or not, and so something came up, a great opportunity for me. As us filmmakers, our schedules are very precarious, and when an opportunity comes, it's usually, always the best timing, but not the right timing, if that makes any sense. So I'd like to thank HSA for hosting this event, putting it together. I'm sure there will be a good turnout. I'm sure everybody will be nice and excited for it. I got a good friend in the audience, Kristen. So hey, Kristen. So I'm sure she'll let me know how everything turns out too. I'd like to also thank Rub for hosting the venue for this event, and of course the University of Florida community. Where has this film been? So it's at University of Florida today. It was at University of Central Florida. It was at Florida Gulf Coast University, Florida International University, Florida Atlantic University, Barry University, in Miami Shores. I had screenings at Miami-Dade College, 4 of its 8 campuses in the Miami-Dade County area. This documentary has been screened at bookstores, library branches, over about 8 different library branches in the Palm Beach, Broward, and Miami-Dade County areas. So this document had a lot of leg to it. And early this month, it was aired on WLRN TV. WLRN is one of the 2 PBS stations down here in South Florida, along with WPBT. And so WLRN aired this film March 10th, early this month so I was very, very excited and giddy about that. So yeah, this has been a good month thus far. It was my birthday early this month as well, March 7th. Just recently turned 26, so I'm excited about everything that's going on. So I'd like to start off with the first question that everybody asks me after this, the film is done screening or whatnot. Usually the first question that comes up in Q&As is, why did you do this film? What motivated you? What inspired you to put this documentary film together? And what kind of kept that train going for those 2.5 years? Because I did interview over 65 different Cuban Americans of all different types of demographics, distinctions, job titles, professions, and the whole 9 yards. So why does someone who doesn't have one Cuban blood flowing in them and couldn't speak Spanish to save his life do a documentary film like this? More about this, I should say. I guess the one simple and succinct word to put is curiosity. Having grown up in South Florida, you can't help but to bump into Cubans. They're everywhere. They're ubiquitous, right? They're the homeless person on the street. They're the accountant, the top managers, the top lawyers, the top engineers, the top business owners, entrepreneurs. They're the principals and the teachers and the students, right? They're the professors, they're the doctors, the nurses, the doctor's assistants, they're everywhere. There's not one part, I argue that there's not one industry, profession they do not dominate or have a certain influence and distinction in the Miami-Dade County area, the greater Miami community. And this goes for the public as well as the private sector. So they're the top mayors, the councilmen, the city councils, their commissioners. They really dominate the entire sphere. So I was curious about that. How did this come to be, and how was it able to be put together in such a really short period of time? When we're thinking 5 decades of such. So that curiosity kept driving me, kept, just wanting me to know a little bit more about the history and the economics and the social, political aspect behind it and whatnot. And so that's what kind of drove me to do this documentary and whatnot, and what kind of, was that jump start and that inspiration down the road. And of course I learned so much more about it. It was, this is just beyond just U.S.-Cuban relations. I mean, this is a human story, right? It has immigrant ties to it. Especially myself when I, having been born in a country house, a foreign country, I was born in Rwanda. And so I know what it's like to live that with the immigrant, refugee, exile, fluid experience or whatnot, in the sense of, who am I? Am I Rwandan one day, am I American another day? And those are challenges or whatnot, and, very few people kind of acknowledge that as its own issue or not. So that was one of the things that kind of, was a precursor for me to kind of, put this piece together. And so, yeah, that was really the kind of thing. I saw its curiosity, then I saw it as a human story, and I saw there was so much depth to it. And, that really it was something that really drove me to really put this together or not. And again, I really wanted to kind of get at the gray aspect of the story, beyond just the homage and the tribute to what Cubans were able to accomplish. This story really kind of gets into the meat of it all, with its controversies and its its clashes and its cultural differences and the whole 9 yards. So it was very much a moving piece of it that really kind of inspired me and let me continue down the road. Going back onto the buzz of this film is on social media and now we have a Cuban America Facebook page with over 5,000 likes. My Twitter page, our Twitter account has over 40,000 followers. So I ask you, all of you guys in the audience, for all you Facebookers out there, please get on the Facebook page, type away, spread the word, tell mom, dad, cousins, nephews, neighbors, colleagues, friends, classmates, tell everybody about this film. Whatnot. It's that good, I guess. So yeah, I guess I'll leave you with that one. Again, my apologies for not being there. When a venue is provided for and people go out of the way to organize such an event on an independent production that you help put together, it's almost an inspiration, if not just an appreciation, for it to be organized and put together for yourself. So I would love to have been there. I would love to be with all you guys and interact with you guys and get to know more people who are interested in this topic, whatnot. Meeting more Cuban American friends, Hispanic friends, the whole 9 yards, whatnot. So this is very, very exciting for me, whatnot. And so you can still connect with me. I have my own personal website, www.adelingasanafilms.com. There you can see my contact information, so feel free to call me, email me, get me on Facebook and Twitter. So if you have any specific questions for me to ask, I'm here. For all you South Floridians in the room, you come on down, give me a call or send me a text, send me a message or whatnot, and we'll go get a cup of coffee, do lunch. I love meeting new people, love to connect, and even for more film ideas down the road. So definitely, keep in touch with everything. So again, sit back, enjoy. You don't want to miss the ending. It's one of my favorite parts of the film. Get that popcorn out and enjoy it whatnot. And like I said, please let me know what you think about everything, and definitely like to hear feedback, especially for an indie filmmaker myself whatnot. So thank you for coming out. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, HSA. You're the best whatnot. So I appreciate it.